What's up, you guys? It's me, the Artisan MC. This quick ride to work. Like, share, subscribe, support your So I just wanted to share something real quick because what's up, Malika? I had some thoughts swirling around my head while I'm driving. So today is a special day. Outside of it being Friday, outside of it being sunny, approaching 80 degrees today in Cali. Today is my baby girl's birthday. Baby girl turns 25. And it's interesting the mix of emotions that I have nowadays when my kids have birthdays. It's definitely not the same as when they were young children having birthdays. Now it's a bit different, right? I'll try to articulate that clearly without using the word of no use or useful word. It's interesting because I don't know if it happens for all parents, but for me, there is a snapshot in my mind of my daughter that is definitively my daughter in my mind. And it is when she was about 4 years old, right? I mention this one all the time because it's the first one that my mind actually goes back to. A fucking dumbass. What'd you pass me for to just jump back into the same lane? Why don't you stay in the open lane, dumb fuck? Hey, motherfuckers riding with their goddamn egos. So my mind always goes back to that day, right? It always goes back to that day where she is wearing her little red fleecy pajamas, little fluffy hair all over the place, and standing on her tippy toes to open the doorknob. That was her first time being able to figure out how to open the doorknob, right? And I always remember that. I got a bunch of memories with my daughter. That one always comes to mind first. It always comes to mind first. And just thinking about it right now, it could be the first time I saw her own independence. Could be that. Probably not, but it could be. Like, secretly, what that means is she could do it for herself. Right? That's the analytical of it, right? She can do it by herself now. You don't need to do this part for her anymore. She can do it herself. And there have been moments on top of moments of that with my daughter, right? Now, you guys may hear me talk about my daughter a little bit more than I talk about my son. Not that I love either one of them less or more than the other. I love them both. Make no mistake about it. Your head will get split either way, right? My son's situation when I had my son was different 6 years later when I had my daughter, right? My son was always split between two households from birth, from inception, conception. He was split between two households, meaning that some of the time he was with me, some of the time he was with his mother. That's just what it was. That was his life, what he knew. That's why I get so happy and emotional when I see him in the house with his child 100% of the time, because that's how it's supposed to be. We don't like standards and stuff like that, but that's the standard. That's what's supposed to happen. That's how fathers are supposed to raise their children. in the home with them. That's just my belief. You don't have to agree. I'm not asking for it, right? But my daughter was the first time I got to have a child in my house with me the whole time. And that meant a lot to me because that's what I wanted with my son. That's what I wanted for my daughter. And the concessions I had to make with raising my son, that I could not have that, I made damn sure when it came around, my daughter came around, that's what the fuck was going to happen. That's what's happening. No questions, no qualms about it. You know, I had learned from my experience and made sure that was a square that I would not move off of how I wanted to raise my child. I was never raising another child in a split home. No fucking way. Not happening. Not happening. So the connection with my daughter is different because there are more unbroken memories with her. Right? It just is. So when I think about things with her, I always remember that image. Make no mistake, her brother was there that day. Everybody was there. But I remember that image clearly. Now, as my daughter has grown, she's gone through a lot of challenges, right? And I've been there for most of them. And getting to have that hands-on, I'm giving you day-to-day tutelage on life and whatnot, is very transformative, I would say, for a man. No doubt about it, it's important for a child. No doubt about it. But it is very informative for a man, for a father. Because just thinking about it now, I can say I taught my daughter what love in a marriage or relationship between two people looks like. She got to see that. She got to be around that. She got to understand what it means or see, even if she doesn't fully understand it now. She's 25, so maybe she does, maybe she doesn't, right? Maybe she hasn't thought about it. But she got to see what a family that loves each other functions like. How we interact on a daily basis. What we do for each other. How we maintain a house. How we maintain and take care of each other. How we do things or everything we can together. Be it cooking, watching TV, celebrating each other's special days, celebrating other people's special days. What it means to show up and say, this is the MC clan. This is our group. Here we are. What that means. And for me, it was very special because I grew up in that. And not so much in my mother's home, but in my cousin's home. I got to see that, be a part of that. And I loved that. Secretly, I did. I secretly loved that shit. I was an outsider of that group, but I wanted that shit for myself. I wanted something to have myself. I had a family, that's what I wanted. Father, mother, kids all with the same last name. Yeah, this us. Yeah, party or whatever the fuck. So I never felt that pain with my daughter and having to, I got to go drop him back off. I got to go drop her back off at her mom's house. I gotta listen to this shit from this woman. I gotta see these manipulations this woman is doing to try to tear down my relationship with my child. Try to make me feel like I'm not suitable to be a parent when I was suitable enough to get that ski. Never had to have that. Now, it wasn't all sunshines and rainbows, but I can say I got lucky twice, right? Both my children, daughter included, obviously, were not difficult children. They weren't overly difficult children because though they were children, I never treated them like you don't deserve an explanation. You don't have a voice to speak or say something to me. You don't. I instilled in them that they do. They always do. Always. Even when I was upset with them and wanted them to do their damn chores and shit like that, look, there's two options on doing this chore shit. You can either do it without being told, or you can do it told and in some pain. But you're going to do these goddamn chores. That's what's happening. I do my part, you do yours. You don't have a job right now. This is your job. School and your chores is your job for now. And one day you'll have another one. But this is how you pay your way. Help out. Be a part of this. So I didn't have many major issues. And any issue that we had, they kind of went away because I'm a little bit more understanding, I would say. Given my background, I would say I'm a little bit understanding. I talk a little bit more than adults was talking with me about shit. I tried to explain a lot of shit to my kids because I had the philosophy I didn't want them to be a victim of any of this bullshit out here. So I talk to them a lot. I do. Excuse me. Fucking allergies out here, y'all. I'm telling you, it is murder. I had a headache for 3 days straight just from pollen in the air. Oh my God. As soon as I get here, I'm sneezing. Son of a bitch. So, thinking about her, thinking about how she has grown and the woman she is, mind you, because she just, came back to visit a couple weeks ago with her boyfriend, Connor. And hold on one second, let me roll through this gate. So, getting to see her a couple of weeks ago and see her interact with her boyfriend and talk and whatnot to him, like, that is a young woman right there. That is my daughter, right? That is my daughter. That is my seed. That is the person I had a hand in raising because I didn't do it alone. I did not do it alone. I did my part. Her mother did her part. And her mother did a great job. That's why I don't have a lot of hate for her mom in a sense, right? Got love for her mother. I don't like the way our relationship went, our marriage went, but that takes nothing away from how she got in and raised my daughter. It was collaborative. We did a lot of shit together. I would credit how quickly my daughter learned to talk, how quickly my daughter learned to articulate, and how much my daughter loves languages and keeps learning languages to her mother, teaching her sign language early. So From a very young age, this child understood how to communicate her wants, needs, and desires early. Right? Giving me and everything else, the child was in that 90th percentile. If you have kids, you understand what that means. After they are born, they keep, measuring and prodding and poking and figuring out what's going on with your kid. She was in the 90 something percentile all the way through, always maxing it out. So she's not a dumb girl. And getting her through her adolescent, preteen, and teenage years with having a sense of respect for herself and not just trying to be turned around to the camera having her ass hanging out the whole time, I consider it an accomplishment. Like Chris Rock said, when you're a father and you understand you have a daughter, your whole goal is to keep her off the pole. Nowadays, it's off the pole and not have an OnlyFans where she's fucking people for money. Sorry, you got more to give this world other than your vagina and your ass shots. Sorry, that's not what I instilled in my child. So to see her be a woman of her own, and see how she carries herself, the respect she carries herself with, the work, the diligence that she carries herself with, it only makes me proud, right? For her and who she has become, because some of it is our teaching, the rest of it is what she chooses to do with her life. And I cannot be disappointed with the way she is choosing to live her life. She's doing it. It's hers. And I'm just happy to see it. I really am just happy to see it. So on this day, I need to call her back because she did call. I called her to wish her happy birthday. She's at work right now. I know she got to work earlier than I did. And she tried to call me back when I was starting the stream, so I need to go call her back right now. But I just want to share that with you, that on this day, there is a mix of emotions. A lot of them are happy emotions. Some of them are sad emotions because as a parent, you understand your job is never done necessarily, but your hands are off at a point. Your hands have to come off. And this is where, just like teaching a child how to walk, you have to take your hands off to see if they learn the lessons and if they can live, survive, and thrive in this world. My kids can do all of those, and I'm happy. But it also means when you understand that they are that way and they can do that, it's what's next for you after you've raised your children. You have to have some goals and desires and something. As a man, you need something else to work on. To me, that's what it means. It means that your job is done. You could probably die sometimes, but you need something else to build. You need something else to work on, because my belief is that men always need something to work on. That's why I never fought the guy for having one old hobby car in his garage or in his yard that he's working on forever. He doesn't want to finish it. He wants to be able to keep working on it, because working on something is what motivates a man and gives him that zen place to actually figure out a lot of things about life. He doesn't need a bunch of people around him all the time, but he does need some work to do, something to feel, to be useful and to be of use to something. So that's it. That's my parting thoughts for you guys today. I'm going to get out of here, get clocked in, and get this day over with. Appreciate y'all coming through. And I will see you guys next time, I believe. Peace.